What's good, family? We're back for another episode of Top 5 Live, episode 10. I feel like I should drop some confetti or something, but uh, I didn't go by the Dollar Tree or, you know what I'm saying, or nothing to get nothing. And I didn't go on Amazon either. So, I mean, I guess we just going to have to. I could drop these. Hold on, let me.
Ready.
It is. Make it rain.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing.
Turn up.
Here you go.
Turn up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 out this mug. And for those, once I start posting the podcast, uh, we literally are dropping random objects. So I had some paper towel I dropped. I don't know what Javon dropped, and I think Danny dropped stickers. But yeah, so we're back for another episode, man. My boy Javon and my boy Danny and myself, Morgan Iverson. So tonight's show, we'll see. When we get to the list, I don't know. I accidentally posted my list in the group, but I don't know if they looked at it or not. I have no idea. But you guys haven't seen it. That's what matters. So we'll get to that when we get to it. But our top five is the top five best male vocalists from 1990 till now. And I don't like I said. I mean, I'm interested to see what people come up with because we have been getting people in the group that have been dropping their. I'll be trying to get people to wait until the show to drop it, but they be like, "Nah, bro, you can go ahead and get this work right now." You know what I'm saying? So I've seen people put together some lists, and we'll get into it. It's gonna be good, I believe. For our topics that we're gonna talk about, so I kind of got some off my chest earlier today. The first topic, I don't know which one y'all want to cover first, but I do know one of the topics I wanted to get into is the things that you learned about America during the pandemic. I think I think there have been some profound lessons, if you're paying attention, that have been taught or learned, or you could learn from things going on during the pandemic that you would not have otherwise learned about America. That'll be one of them, and we'll decide in a minute which one we want to do first. The second one.
No, we could go. You can go.
Yeah, go straight to that.
Yeah,
All
go
right, all right, cool. So, all right. I think one of the things I kind of knew this already, but I think one of the things that uh, I noticed the most abruptly, or the sharpest, that sharpest in my focus, is like our politics in America have trumped religion for at least the last 10 years, at least. Uh, and I think it became far more apparent during the pandemic than it even was before that. And it was already pretty apparent before that, but it became way more apparent after that, after the pandemic. Um, the thing that I was kind of ranting about this morning was like the face mask protest, because I don't understand how logical people. Okay, so I'm talking about people that are normally logical, normally, you know what I'm saying, science driven mind, thinkers, like thinking people. How you could get to the point where you're like, masks don't work. Like, I don't even understand how how making that statement falls out of people's lips and they're confident in it. Like,
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you. I think politics has always trumped religion. I think
I agree with Danny.
Founded on the politics, and they use the religion to push their political agendas. I think that we have just grown into the generation that is noticing it. I think our parents and their parents knew that politics were what drives everything, because that's how people make their money. But then you use different things like race and gender and religion and class and all that stuff to push that, so that they can make it's all about money in the end. People want to make their money, so they place their allegiances to their causes that benefit them, and it's terrible.
I also think it's a little bit of entitlement, right? Like there are certain section of people who feel that if they're in the slightest bit inconvenienced, it's un-American, and it's, you know, they're being what's the word I'm looking for? They're being oppressed. Thank you. If you're inconvenient, a lot of people think inconvenience equals oppression.
I agree with that.
You know, them saying, okay, now we have to wear a mask. Oh, wait, I have to wear this every time I have to go. Like, you can't treat me like this. Like, this is America. Like, you know, when America has spent hundreds of years telling people we're Americans, we can do whatever we want. The minute you start telling them what they can and can't do, you're obviously going to have a problem.
But all right. So that part, the freedom part, is part of what bothers me. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I posted this morning, because people are being hypocrites. Anytime you're being like, and not a small level of hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have their moments of hypocrisy, right? All of us do. But there's levels to it, right? So the type of hypocrisy I'm seeing right now is people talking about, you know what I'm saying, like their freedoms being infringed because they are, like what you were just talking about, they're Americans, so they shouldn't have to wear a mask or whatever else, when they all, or like you're infringing on my freedom, but at the same time your cell phone has infringed on your freedom worse than anything else that's in your life anywhere. You know,
because they don't feel like the cell phone is inconveniencing them. You see the difference? Like, the cell phone, like, this is why the same people who think that they're putting microchips in you with the vaccine don't quite understand that the government literally doesn't have to be that subtle. It doesn't have to be. They have our cell phones. They got our laptops, the TVs we put in our house, the Wi-Fi that we have. We have Alexa. Yeah, like that Siri. Right there.
Siri, like, Alexa, and Google got all the information they want.
We don't
not even counting Facebook.
The government doesn't have to really. It's funny because it's this sci-fi idea that the government is going to eventually put like microchips in us, and the government has reached a point where, like, dude, we don't have to do it. You will willingly walk around with something in your pocket or in your hand that will tell us where you are, what you're doing. It will tell you how much money is in your bank account, what your spending habits are.
Movie. That second Captain America movie and that second Batman movie. They both touched on that also. That people will give up security to feel to feel free or whatever.
But that's what I'm saying. That's one of the things that's bothering me the most is the hypocrisy of it. But then when you're trying to add the science to it and try, like, I've had medical professionals and other workplace, other thinking people try to make the point or try to make the case that masks don't work, when just logically, not even dealing with medical anything, just logically, that doesn't make any sense.
Honestly, I think this stuff is more, it's fear. I think people are afraid, and when you're afraid, you think and do stupid things sometimes. I'm afraid of spiders.
Afraid of what?
The spider is in. Look, listen. I am afraid. My friends know this. I have arachnophobia. If I see a spider, I will literally get. I've reached a point now where I can kill it. But if it's big enough and it catches me by surprise, shoot, I might bust my head trying to get out the way. Like, people, are, when they're afraid, they do stupid stuff. This is why people aren't getting the vaccine. They're afraid for one reason or another, and it's influencing their thought process, because instead of going, instead of saying, okay, the logically, like, we have enough information now to show that the vaccine is working, the vaccine is safe, the vaccine is this. We have enough information to know that masks work, masks everything. But because we also live in a society that loves conspiracy talk. Conspiracy talk. So in their minds, if there's always, the government is it, the government. when the reality is these people aren't understanding the concept that everybody in the government has the vaccine that they're trying to give you. Like they're not really trying to kill us off this way. There are way many ways to kill us off.
That's the common part that Morgan was talking about, though. Like, literally, President Trump got the vaccine, and then but he spent all that time telling people, the opposite. And then there's literally, me and my wife, we just had an appointment at Duke, and Duke is 94% vaccinated, but as soon as the release came out and said, okay, if you don't get vaccinated, you're gonna get fired. None of the employees were worried about that because they were like, we've been vaccinated. Like we've been vaccinated. We're not worried about that. They're just doing that to encourage other people to do it because there are, medical professionals out here who are saying silly stuff, people who out here just spreading nonsense and it's feeding into that fear that Morgan was talking about.
But none of this has surprised me. Like, I'm surprised that you're surprised.
No, I'm not saying I'm not. So, like I said,
I'll tell you what did surprise me, what I've learned, and I've said this on more than one occasion. I have to apologize to every screenwriter for every zombie movie, apocalypse,
true story.
All them movies where I'm like, man, people ain't that stupid. Those writers are actually being nice.
Yo, real facts. And Danny might remember this. I used to say this at church. If you read Revelations, when it gets to the part where wormwood comes, the comet, stuff starts falling from the sky, the calamities are there, the locusts, the famine, all of that stuff is happening. And it talks about a revelation that people are going to see all these things and experience all these things coming from heaven. Not like people arguing, not wars. Things coming from heaven that people have no control over. And they're going to curse God and say, and like curse him and still not turn to him. And I said, now this is just a conversation between me and God, but I did share this with others. I said, that does not make any sense whatsoever. If you were talking about, I was like that. I said, look, Lord, I'm not saying you lying. I'm just saying that don't make no sense. Like, it don't make no sense that you seeing stuff that's completely out of your control happening. It has nothing to do with the wars and rumors of wars. It has nothing to do with, people being evil to people. That's been happening. But when you start seeing the moon turning to sackcloth, and like the moon turning to blood and the sun turning to sackcloth, and you still like, man, F God, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that don't even make no sense. And now, after this, I'm like, you know what? You might have been being nice there. Because I mean,
think about these zombie movies. And I used to be like, man, like, you really think that the whole world is going to go down like that? In reality, these people be like, I don't believe in no zombies. I ain't seen one. And they'll look right at a zombie coming right at him and be like, he all right. And he get bit. You get eaten
and still be like, man, he just hungry, bro. It don't mean no harm.
There's a movie, the movie Contagion. And I watched that movie Contagion way before, obviously it came out way before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. But like, I remember watching it and being like scared to death. And like, when we started going through the pandemic, I was like, did I slip in the movie? Like,
hey.
And even that movie didn't get it right.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, man,
that's the only thing. Everything else that happened, nothing else has surprised me. Like, people being silly, stupid.
Wow. Contagion was wild because they was willing to kill everybody though to keep it. They was willing to. They said, it's contained right now. If we let it get past this 24 hours.
See,
catch it, blow everybody up.
I've asked people who are anti-vaxxers or who they're not anti-vax. I've asked people who are against getting the vaccine. I'm like, how bad does it have to get for you to get the vaccine?
Ebola.
And that's basically what they're saying. And I'm just like,
that's right. I've been saying that from the whole time.
And I'm just like, so you would rather wait until it is bad enough to kill, like have it like 70-80% chance of killing you than getting the vaccine and slowing it down now. But
I've been saying this whole time.
I've done having. I've literally stopped having this argument with people. I'm just like, whatever, yeah.
The reason COVID and there are like three major reasons COVID went the way that it did. One, the president, the amount of people that would listen to the previous president said that it was a hoax and it would magically go away, and their allegiance to him will not allow them to think anything otherwise. That's one reason. And his response to it, like being, you know what I'm saying, not being proactive because he didn't want to believe. Like he literally is caught on tape saying he knew that it was going to be bad. He knew that a while back, but he didn't want anybody else to believe it because he didn't want them to panic. He's on tape saying that. That's one of the reasons. Two, it's not violent. It's not outwardly violent enough. If it was like Ebola and you got lesions on your skin and them joints blew up and like people and you were bleeding from orifices and stuff like that and it looked ugly, right? If it looked ugly and it was spreading in the way that COVID spreads, people would have absolutely not come out of the house to this day. You know what I'm saying? They would not risk it. But because COVID is a respiratory illness, right? And then once it comes out that, you know, the mortality rate wasn't much higher than the flu, they were like, well, it's just like the flu. I heard that, especially early on, everybody was like, it's just like the flu. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's literally not just like the flu. Literally, it is a novel virus. That means we don't know what the F is doing. We don't know anything. We just have to like shoot in the dark and hope. And then when people say, well, the CDC was wrong, they're scientists. They're in the middle of trying to figure out what it does and what it doesn't do. Everybody would be in the exact same spot. So like in this situation, unless you are saying the entire pandemic is fake, all of it, then you have to concede the fact that the American government, along with the other world governments, are all reacting. So somebody threw them his hot potato, the potatoes in their hands, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, oh, snap, I don't know what to do. So now everybody's scrambling, and then they're trying to coordinate together, like, all right, what can we do? And then you get scientists together, and things like, just like it would naturally happen, like if a disaster took place at your house, right? Everybody likes to say what they would do until the moment comes. And now the moment's here, and we see how people actually react. And that's what happened here. Or the government saying, like Trump and his administration and the Republicans saying, Obama didn't leave a playbook, but he literally left an entire manual of stuff from when they dealt with Ebola, H1N1.
I'm gonna help you out, man. You gonna have to let that go, man.
I'm not. All I'm saying.
What I mean is like I used to spend a lot of time like being like frustrated that people aren't taking this joint seriously. Like I was going through the quarantine, and even now that people aren't taking it seriously, I just had to go, you know what? I'm just going to get this vaccine. I'm going to take care of my family, and people just going to be people. And I'm not even stressed about it. Like this whole thing about like, you know, kids wearing masks in school. I'm like, my daughters can keep wearing masks until they absolutely are, until we are COVID free. They can keep wearing them. And I'm not going to argue with these people because these people are the same people who jump off tables, who jump through tables at, you know, friggin' tailgates. You know, like these are the same people who get ish-faced, you know, and go drunk drive. So I'm not gonna do it.
Well, I understand that. I mean, so in as a quick,
I'm just saying, like, you know, you don't get your blood pressure up for these folk.
I only do it in spurts. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like I hadn't said anything for a while. I've had private conversations with people I care about. You know what I'm saying? Both on the that are vaccinated and both that don't want to get the vaccination. And I've had private conversations, and I can have the conversation and it'd be fine. But I'm saying like things that I've learned. One, we're more selfish than I already knew we were a selfish country, but I've learned even more so. Like to the point of killing others. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Two, I knew our politics were on a different level, but they're really, really on a different level. Like literally, but wearing a mask became a political statement, which is insane in the middle of a pandemic. Those are two of the biggest things. And three, mass psychosis is 100% happening in America, whether people want to realize it or not. Now, I've been saying that for a while. People believe what they want, but this pandemic has made that dreadfully clear. What topic do y'all want to do next?
Nah, let me give you my one surprise. It's a good
Okay.
one. It's a positive one.
Okay.
I was surprised that people. So I've always known that you know most types of ignorance don't stand up to contact, right? Whether it's racial
True.
ignorance, whether it's informational ignorance or whatever. So I've been surprised that social media has been actually very helpful in educating people, like people who, because a few years ago it was just the echo chamber on social media. Social media was just
It still is.
rehearing everything that you already want to hear. But TikTok has shown me, and Twitter has shown me that people can actually learn. People see stuff and come into contact with people that they actually don't know in real life, and will actually listen. Like people will listen and learn. I know I've done it. I've listened and learned to some things over social media, and I've seen people come to realizations and make videos about changes that they made in their life because of stuff that they seen online. So um, I think that social media, especially now that still not, especially in America, we not back face to face yet. You know, looking at football though, bruh, this first week of football,
Oh,
I ain't seen no masks out there.
it was
I hope,
beautiful.
I'm hoping all these people are vaccinated, but that
Yeah,
Chiefs,
me too.
that Chiefs game, they was packed out there.
Hey,
But
So I'm seeing that a couple of stadiums are allowing you have to be vaccinated to get in.
oh,
that's
really?
a good thing.
I think
I think
Buffalo. I think the Buffalo Bills just instituted that you have to have at least one shot. I believe.
That's good.
it means, as a quick thing before we get into the next topic, having fans back at the football games is everything. I can't wait to get the basketball season having fans back. Like it's gonna be, sports is not the same without fans. So do y'all want to do stepdaddy season, or do you want to do what would you do if your kid was getting jumped by middle schoolers?
I don't understand stepdaddy season, so go ahead and I don't
We
get
could do.
that.
Danny wanted to talk about the kids thing. We could do that.
All right, so I didn't grab the clip. I can for those who missed it, but the Breakfast Club was they had a case come up for Donkey of the Day, where it was a mother that, like, she had told the school that her kid was getting bullied. There was a really quick altercation between her and some kid. I mean, not her, her kid and some other kid. The school was aware of it. They said they had it under control. The next day or so, like, there was a full altercation between her kid and some other kid. She gets to the school. When she gets there, her kid's fighting this kid. The kid is bigger than her kid. And there's a group of other kids like urging the fight on, like people normally would do. So people like urging the fight on and saying, fight, 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 and all that stuff. And then she comes in, and the kid that was beating her son up said that he just felt somebody grab him and like pull him and like try to hit him or something. She says that she just came and grabbed his book bag to try to pull him off of her son. So the conversation was, as parents, Charlemagne and DJ Envy are both parents. So the debate was, as a parent, would you pull that kid off your kid, or what I'm saying, would you like just try to like peacefully break it up, or go get like the administration or something to break that up? I won't answer first. I'll let.
I'm not just letting my child get beat up because I already know. First of all, it depends on which kid it is. All right, ain't nobody beating Kendra up. I already know. Kendra can handle her own. She the oldest one. She been fighting her whole life. She don't care. Olivia, she gonna fight. All right, but DJ and Stephanie, they a little too timid for that. And DJ probably gonna try to do Power Ranger moves. It might not work. I would have to jump in with them. Okay, DJ and Kendra and Olivia, I'm not too worried about. Um, if they get beat, they get beat. Cool, but the middle two, it might scar them psychologically. So I might have to step in as dad and be like, "Yo, back up, show them what it is," and then also reinforce, "Yo, you mess with my kid, you get these dad paws." So
Good grief!
I
Freaking
ain't
abusive,
I ain't
abusive, man.
I've actually like Kind of shocked at Danny's answer. Danny's answer is a lot more aggressive than I was expecting.
I ain't scared to fight a kid, bro. Kids are. Hey, you say, bro? There's a whole trend on TikTok right now where kids are back in school, and they call it a devious lick. Right? They just go in schools and stealing whole lockers and stealing, like going to school and stealing all types of stuff. Like they done stole the principal's, like the principal's stapler off his like, bro. These kids are savages out here.
That's kind of funny. I can't lie.
It's hilarious, but at the same time, they're going too much. They're going too far.
I mean, if the devious lick is you punching my kid in the throat, it's gonna be a problem. But go ahead, Javon.
If it's my daughters, if it's my daughters, I'm pulling. If it's two girls fighting, obviously, I'm just pulling them off and be like, hey, that's enough. You done did it. That's enough. I ain't gonna hit no little girl. I ain't gonna hit no teenage girl. Get off. You know, my wife might beat the crap out of him, but I'm gonna just pull her off and, you know, be like, all right, look, we're done here. But my son, honestly, it depends on what age he's at. Because if my son is like 15, 16, and I see my son fighting, and if he's losing a little bit, I might wait a little bit. He gotta fight it. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see you. I know it sounds weird, but like, I need you to fight your way out of this. Now, if he's, you know,
that don't sound weird.
Like, you gotta fight a little bit more. Like, Daddy can't run because I'm not gonna be here every time.
You daggone right.
But like, if my kid's getting stomped, like on the ground, like, you know, Tim's in his back, I don't know. Like, I might tackle that. If it's a dude, especially if he's older, like, I'm gonna throw him off.
Like,
I'm gonna throw him off.
Over. Like, if the fight is over and and my kid done lost and they still getting wailed on, that's all I'm talking about. I'm not saying
that's what I'm saying. Like, if my kid is like squared up, like, I ain't jumping in yet. Because he you know, if he's 15, 16, 17 and he just squaring up, like, you gotta, you know, I'm gonna let you handle it. But when you lose, and if they not getting off you when the fight is, you know what I mean? Like, if they just like stomping on you, then I'm gonna come in. All right, get off my son. Blah blah blah, blah. And then me going to karate class or something.
So yeah, so my daughter is in the 11th grade.
Hold on, I'm not fighting no kid though. I'm not fighting no kid. I ain't going to jail no kid. Now his father.
These kids big as adults these days.
Listen, man,
his father about to get that work.
I'm not getting ready to lie to you, cuz. Okay, so like if
no, man, because
I'm not getting ready.
You throw hands at a 16-year-old, you going to jail. Now I'm gonna get you off my. I'm gonna get you off my son. Now I'm gonna get you off. Now if you come at me, that's if you come at me, like, I'm gonna get you off and be like, hey, stop. Now if you would come at me, that's different. If you swing at me, then we gotta handle it.
Nah, let me tell y'all something, bro. All right, so my baby is in 11th grade. My baby girl, she is in 11th grade, and she should be able to handle her own. If I get there, I'm definitely one of them people. I'm talking about across the board, whether it's my friends, my brother, I don't care what your kinship is. The only person I could think of that if you hit, I'm punching you on sight is my son, because he can't defend himself. I don't care who the person is that hits my son, you're going to die. And my grandma. If you hit my grandma, I'm going to punch you in the face. And mom, probably. My mother.
Probably.
So my
probably.
I'm not talking about my mom. My mom.
Your mom definitely shooting somebody, bro.
Yes, exactly. I'm fairly certain I don't need to defend my mom, but of course I'm not gonna let somebody beat on.
I just needed some clarification because my mom is no longer with me. But if I have seen a man put his hands on my mom, and I had the bat.
See,
I was ready to go.
So I need to clarify. So when I said mom,
I was ready to swing. I was ready to go.
When I said mom just now, I was not referring to my birth mother. My birth mom would shoot somebody. That's why Danny said that. So I don't have to like worry about my birth mom, even though I'm not letting somebody.
You probably keep that thing on her too, bro.
Not absolutely. No, she does not. But that's who I was talking about. I was talking about my ex-wife's mom, me and her are really, really close. If somebody hit her and I'm in front and I'm there, I'm probably gonna kill you. I know she could defend herself, but that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not the point. My grandma, I'm definitely gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few people I'm definitely gonna kill you for. My daughter, she has to learn to defend herself. So I'm not gonna let you like destroy her, like bleeding and leaking and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like if she now, what by destroy I mean like if she got a black eye, she might be leaking a little bit. If she lost, then all right, we got to go back to the drawing board. I got to teach her how to fight. But I'm not gonna let you have my baby's teeth getting knocked out and her and all that crap. I'm not doing that. My son, non-negotiable. You'll die immediately. You don't have to worry about that. Now, if you're a man and you hit my daughter, you're gonna die.
Oh no, that's different. That's different.
Yeah, I got
I don't care what age you at. I don't care what age. If a dude hit my daughter, I'm going to jail that day.
But I'm not above punching a kid. I'm not above punching a kid in the face. I definitely will punch a kid.
They in high school. They in high school. They 16 years old.
These are middle school kids. These are middle school kids, and I punched them in the face too.
Nah, you can't put hands on my daughter. No, dude. I don't care what age they get at.
My middle school daughter is big as me, bro. These kids out here, they be looking like full football players, bro. Ain't no.
They gonna get hit like a football player too.
Stephanie not. I know Stephanie's not gonna get in a fight though. She's gonna talk her way out of it. DJ though, he's a little emotional, so if somebody try to come at him, he might fight. And I honestly don't think nobody could beat DJ. DJ got moves, but he do be getting his Power Ranger on. So you know, I don't know if that stuff would work.
I hope the guy he don't pull out the Power Rangers while they fighting though, because that would be terrible. That would be a very bad time to do.
Listen, my son. As soon as my son is old enough, I done told my wife we doing karate. We gonna try and get some boxing.
Man, taekwondo, bro.
I'm not trying to have my son because I'll be frank. I was bullied as a kid until I took karate, and then it was in elementary school, and all the kids thought, they stopped bullying me after that. It was really weird, but I was just like, I'm a white belt, but whatever. It's like I'm a white belt, guys. Like y'all just stop bothering me, okay?
For me, it was when I started.
I never backed down from a fight. I might have got my butt kicked, but I never backed down from a fight.
That's rough. Thank God I haven't been beat. I have not been beaten, but I have not been. It's not like I'd be going around looking for fights either. So I mean,
I had a smart. I'm
the type to dead it first. You know what I'm saying? I'll attempt to. You had to do something really, really drastic to make me just haul off and punch you in the face.
Well, really crazy. Right now? Are you talking about right now or when you were a kid? Right now?
No, I'm talking about both. I'm talking about both. Like right now, if I fight you, I'm giving you everything I got because I'm probably going to prison. So you probably going to I'm gonna really give you the lumberjacks treatment, bro. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean I'm old, but what I mean is I'm not a kid anymore. So I'm definitely looked at as an adult. And since I don't want that smoke, you can get all fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely giving you everything you want, for sure. That I'm trying to. All right. So I really wanted to at least play the video for the Brittany Renner thing, and then decide. Like, I guess we could let the audience decide whether or not they want us to get into it or not, or just go into the top 5.
We talk about it real quick.
Talk about it. We need
let me just play it. Let me just play the video so then people can see.
No, we don't need to do the video. The video is like 3 minutes long now.
It ain't 3 minutes long.
How long is it?
It's not even a minute. Hold on.
That's the one I watched.
This top 5 ain't gonna take long. I already know that.
All right. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit play on that so everybody can see what we talk about, and then we'll go from there. All right, hold on.
Hey y'all! It's officially step dancing. Yeah, well, I got the cardigan in the back. Let's go to the part. Don't let your baby block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with. That's insane as well. So if it doesn't work with them, it'll work out with us. Okay. Just will. That's how that goes. And trust it's ghetto. It is so ghetto, baby. Scary. Baby daddy is scary. But you my baby gonna be all right. You my baby gonna be. We're gonna be all right. Forward. We're gonna be all right. Upward. Okay. Forward. I know you are skeptical about talking to people.
We could probably cut
But
it.
I can assure
That's
you,
the gist of it.
now today, we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. You can have.
So let me take it off share screen. So
So here,
I
for the people who didn't understand it, she was basically saying, you know, don't let your baby father or baby mama hold you from finding the right person to be with or whatever. It's okay to have multiple baby daddies, baby mamas. That's basically what she was saying.
I put the link in the comments, and it is Brittany
Now,
Marie.
let me. This is my issue with the video. This is my issue with that thought process. Number one, the fact that we aren't thinking, like, this is the problem that I have a lot of people. People aren't thinking, be careful who you have kids with. They're thinking, if you have kids, it's okay. You know, you'll figure it out. Without realizing that some of these people out here are crazy. And there's nothing worse than having like being attached to somebody for 18 years, the rest of their life, who, you know, is a terrible parent. Like they're having kids with people who shouldn't be having kids, basically, or they have too many kids. So like, I hate the thought process that it's like, hey, it's okay to have like multiple kids by multiple people and you ain't married to none of them. Like that's just, it's crazy, man. And if she thinks that, that's fine. That's good for her, man. That's good for her life, whatever. But that ain't that's like the wrong thought process. And at least she knows that it's ghetto.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was gonna say. She admits in the video that she knows that it's ghetto. But I think there's two fronts, right? So there's one front that I don't know that she's saying the goal is to have multiple babies daddies. I think what she's saying is if you're with somebody because people think she's referring to her and PJ. Her and PJ
Wonder why.
Her and PJ Washington were married and they're not together anymore. So
they weren't married.
Engaged, whatever.
I don't think they were even engaged.
I'm pretty sure they were married, but I don't have time to look it up right now. But the point is, they were in a relationship and it didn't work out, and they have a child together. So her point to me seems to be more so things don't work out sometimes. That's all right. You got a kid with that person, y'all raise your kid, but don't let that past relationship ruin the relationships going forward. Because that's insanity too. Because at first, when she said the insanity thing, I was like, nah. The other thing, what you said, sounds like insanity. But I think what she means is, I don't know if people have been caught up in a situation where you have a kid with somebody and you and the baby's mom or baby's dad got some drama that then leaks into your next relationship. So you're trying to be happy in another relationship, but you can't because this one's still on the back burner or some other nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And I think she's speaking to the fact to say you don't have time to be blocking your blessings, dwelling on what's behind you in the first place. That's what I think she's trying to say. And if that's what she's saying, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree that, but I don't think I didn't hear anything in there with her saying your goal should be having multiple babies, daddies.
But my thing is why that it's the wrong message, in my opinion, to be presenting. Like the message shouldn't be, hey, don't worry about. No, the message should be careful who you have kids with.
I don't disagree with that. Not at all.
Like there's nothing wrong with like I agree. There's nothing wrong with having multiple kids by different. I mean, I have stepdaughters. You know, I'm married to my wife, and she had kids before we were together. So you know, my stepdaughters have they have a different dad than me, but we have two dads. But it's not like it's not like the end. But like my wife and I are married, and we have a kid together. It's not like my wife is my girlfriend, and we have you know what I mean. Like I just think that's like, especially coming from her, the message is so like right now it's the messenger. That's the problem. It ain't really the message.
Yeah, but I think that's also because of Danny. You were about to say something earlier. I don't want you to forget what you were about to say.
I was just gonna say I agree with Javon. Be careful. Yeah, we can't just be out here making babies.
Seriously.
If you're intending on being with this person and raising this child with them, go on, do your thing, have your babies. But if your intent is to raise a child, then that don't change if you're not with the person. You know what I'm saying? That don't change if you're not with the person no more. So raise your child, and the father too. They need to be part of raising the child. And sure, if you need to move on and find a new, person to be with, then do that. Cool. The message, like you said, the message is fine. It's fine. And I don't know who either of those people are that you're talking. I don't know who that was in the video, and I don't know who PJ Washington is.
PJ Washington is a basketball.
He's a basketball player. He's like a bench basketball player.
Oh,
he's
must
a
be
power
garbage.
forward.
He's
not garbage.
And I understand that marriage isn't the goal for everybody. Like I get it. Like I know there are people. I have friends that are just like, I don't want to get married, and if you don't want to get married, that's fine, but you want kids, that's fine too. But
I was gonna say, I think
I just think you gotta be careful with that, man. Because it's not so much about your life, it's about the kid's life, because the kid has to deal with whoever the parent is. You know what I mean? Like whoever the father is or whoever the mother is, like that's, unless you're just gonna take the kid and disappear, and that's even more ghetto. Like that's even worse.
I don't think you could take away from the fact that it's ghetto in the fact of what we normally think of the ghetto holding within it concerning family structure. So I don't think you can really take that away from it. But I don't think, especially because she's in the middle of it herself, I don't think she was casting it out as like a judgment at nobody or on nobody.
No, I didn't either. I just think, like I said, sometimes the message gets messed up because of the messenger.
That's
right. And
right.
Unfortunately, because of the situation she's in now, that we all are aware of, most of us, not Danny. Danny don't know what's going on. It comes out skewed, and in the way she said it too, in my opinion, I don't know if the intent on what she meant, I don't know if it came out the correct way.
I mean, it's
like
not like
if it was like I think if she was more like, sometimes relationships don't work, and it doesn't make sense for you to stick around just because you guys are have a kid together. Like that makes sense. That's not how it came out though.
Yeah, because she said a stepdaddy season.
Right. But, like you talking about stepdaddy season. Like what are you doing? Like anyway, I'm honestly, I wasn't even going. She's interesting.
Pray for him.
Let's get into the list.
I'm with you. I like that. Pray for
her. Let's pray and let's get into the list.
Let's get into the list.
So again, to reiterate, the list for this week is the top 5 best male vocalists from 90s till now. The only criteria that we really had was it could be from anywhere, from any vocal spectrum genre, but the person had to have had at least 2 albums. So like if they're coming from a group, you know what I'm saying, they had to have had at least 2 solo albums in order to be a part of the list. And when I put the top 5 in the group, we had people go ahead and drop their joint like right then. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to get y'all to wait until we get to the live and make sure you bring it to the live so you can share it in here and we can discuss it. But yeah, I'm interested to see what everybody's got because
for the record, I didn't I said
I'm going to drop R. Kelly in here. My God,
we don't have R. Kelly in any of our lists. I can speak for each of us. We keep him off every list that would ever include him.
He wouldn't have made this list anyway.
You wrong about that. But you didn't.
As a writer, maybe, but not as a vocalist. R. Kelly's not a great singer.
I'm not doing this. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about him.
He's not.
I'm not going to talk about him.
The point.
You're wrong. Right, so I'm not going to talk about him.
So the point is that so when we say
vocalist, we'll come back to that.
When we say vocalist, we're talking about like singing talent. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about their singing talent. And again, that's from the 90s till now. You know what I'm saying? So, who wants to go first? Because I'm
Go
interested.
ahead, Danny. You said it was going to be short. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to. I think our lists are going to be pretty similar. I mean, I'm sure.
I doubt it.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that away because I know Javon's gonna Javon list gonna be all over the place. So I had a six person at 5 on my list that I thought was gonna be a sleeper pick, but I had to change my list at the last moment. Because I was not considering Luther Vandross in my 1999, and then when I went back and looked, I was like, oh, he was still dropping stuff up until he died, pretty much.
Right up until he died.
It was.
So I had to, my whole list got bumped down because of that. But that was going to be Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé was going to make my list.
Ooh, I'm so glad.
Michael Bublé?
That dude be singing, bro. That dude is a
Lord
Jesus.
Oh my God.
I'm so scared of the rest of this
Let's
list.
go. Just give me a list, man. Give me a list.
Number 5 is the man Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars got Power. He got the Crooners. He got
5?
Yeah, he got. I mean, for the last.
I'm sorry.
Years,
Go ahead.
Last 30 years, yes.
I'm gonna be
and
quiet.
Number four is Chris Brown. Chris Brown has been killing it ever since he came out. He's the youngest person on my list. I don't even know if he is. Is he 30 yet? Is he 30? He's even 30 years old.
Bro.
Number 3 is Brian Mcknight. I think if y'all don't have Brian Mcknight on your list, on your top 5, it's disqualified. If you don't have Luther Vandross, who was number 2 on my list,
just go.
You're disqualified. And number 1 is the man USHERRAYMOND. Now, baby, tell me what you want to do with me. Got a freaking like Jodeci. Usher has been killing it. Usher has been killing it. His 8701 album is a vocal extravaganza. So 8701 and Confessions.
All right, so you said all right. So number 5 you got Bruno Mars. Number 4 you got who?
Chris Brown, then Brian Mcknight, Luther Vandross, Usher Raymond.
Your list just gave me like a mini stroke. But go ahead. Oh my God.
He probably got like.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Man.
I'm typing. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go? All right.
Yeah.
All right. This dude said Usher. All right. At number 5, Joe.
I want to know Joe.
I want to know Joe.
Joe got like
all the things the man won't do, Joe. That man can sing anything. That man can sing country. That man can sing gospel. That man can sing R&B. The man can sing everything.
You know 5 Joe songs?
Huh?
Crazy.
You know you can sing 5 Joe songs from front to back right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one else comes close. What you want me to do? You want me to do this?
I
don't want to be a player no more.
Don't do this.
Not I don't want to be a player no more.
Listen, let's be real. I can sing. I can actually sing, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Go ahead, just finish.
Go ahead. Anyway. I'm not getting into nothing. I'm just typing right now.
All right. Number four, Mr. Dave Hollister.
This dude.
Dave Hollister. Can't listen. Dave Hollister. Tell me that man can't sing. You serious?
Dave can sing.
Whatever. Okay. All right. Number three. Tevin Campbell is the most underappreciated vocal talent. Underappreciated. That man can sing butt off.
Tevin has got all kinds of rings. I can get you with you on that one.
Number 2, Brian Mcknight, of course. In all honesty, Brian's the GOAT, but I got to give respect to number 1, Mr. Luther Vandross.
Well, how you gonna say Brian's the GOAT?
He's the GOAT for me. He's my favorite artist.
I'm not mad at your top 3. It's them that 4 and 5 that just I don't get.
4 and 5. What's wrong with my 5? Joe is a better singer than like half your list. What are you talking about?
No, that's not happening.
Joe is a better singer than Chris Brown.
Mars,
Joe is a better singer than Chris Brown. Joe is a better singer than Usher. And Joe is a better singer than Bruno Mars.
He's not better than Usher. He's definitely not better than Usher.
Usher ain't even a top 5 dude. What are you talking about?
For the past 30 years, he has been. He's been most.
He might be a top 5 artist, but he ain't a top 5 singer.
You can't. Come on now.
Dude.
Come on now.
All the things your man won't do.
Joe don't
Just
got that.
play all the things your man won't do. Just
Joe
play it.
don't got
Just
climax.
play it.
If you
Just
would
play
said,
all the things your man won't do.
if you would have said Avant, I would have been like, okay, maybe. Not
Did
Joe.
you say Avant?
Not Stutter.
Did you fix your mouth to say Avant?
Not Joe
Why are you
Stutter.
trying to play Avant though?
I'm not playing Avant. I'm saying compared to Joe.
But you just said, did you fix your mouth to say Avant?
To say Avant, I mean Avant. I like Avant. Avant is I love Avant. I got two of his albums. I met Avant. He's a nice guy. He's not my top five.
I don't think Joe got enough.
Joe got what? What can Joe do?
I don't think Joe belongs on the list with Luther Vandross anywhere.
He most certainly does not.
You think Chris Brown does?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Danny. Go ahead, Morgan. Go ahead, man.
I am ashamed of you guys.
I'm ashamed of this man. This man got Usher. This man gave me a straight aneurysm.
I almost cussed a second ago. My God.
You got Usher, dude.
This
dude said Usher.
All right. Let me go ahead and give it.
This dude said Chris Brown. Go ahead. Yes, Danny is high. Danny, don't. That's why you was late. Let
me go ahead and give the only list that matters because y'all effing up. I appreciate it.
Oh boy.
Oh man, that was fun. Y'all gave me good laughs.
This dude about to have Justin Timberlake.
That was awesome.
Ordinary people. I know he's gonna have John.
Numero cinco.
Go ahead.
Jamie Foxx. Number 4, John Legend. Number 3,
Jamie Foxx.
Brian McKnight. Number 2, Maxwell. Number 1, Luther Vandross. So,
nigga, did you fix your mouth? Did you fix your mouth?
He trying to recover from his Jamie Foxx hate.
No, I'm not.
That's what he's trying to recover.
Yo, you know what? You right, Danny. He's been bad mouthing Jamie Foxx for weeks.
See,
he's been bad mouthing Jamie Foxx for weeks. He had to roll it back.
I gave y'all all the time in the world to explain y'all's list, bro. I was over there typing, doing my thing. Y'all just gonna talk.
You listen to the Peep This album?
Listen,
no, let him talk. Let him go.
The reason I debated on my two strongest for number 5. My two strongest for number 5 were between Jamie Foxx and Tank. Bruno Mars was in contention too. But I didn't put Bruno there because one of the things that I'm looking for is range and you being able to make the runs and
you adding old people. Curtis Mayfield ain't 1990s.
Yeah, we doing 90s 1990.
Where you at, man?
90s till now. Stevie Wonder.
1990.
Last 30 years.
Let me put it on the screen so he can. Matter of fact, did I put it? No, I don't think I put
Tyrese. Did you say Tyrese?
Tyrese is better than all of who?
No.
Tyrese is better than all of who?
Maybe
I know you're not saying Tyrese is better singer than Luther Vandross.
Man,
Nadia,
we might have to block you.
Nadia, I swear to beans. If you
Tyrese ain't better than Brian McKnight.
If you are saying Tyrese Gibson is a better singer than Luther Vandross, Brian McKnight, and Maxwell, you got something going on. You tripping. Anyway, Jamie Foxx, I put on the list because Jamie Foxx can actually 1,000,000% sing at any given notice. He can literally copy somebody else singing in their tone, in their same pitch, all of that. He can literally copy it verbatim from start and make it funny at the same time. And he's not even trying to really sing like that. When he does sing like that, he throws down and he can get down with anybody. He belongs on the list. It's between him and Tank. It's between him, Tank, and Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is he's one of my favorite artists. But if you go listen to Tank sing live, if you go listen to Tank sing live, if you go listen to him say, "I can't sing, I can't make you love me, I can't make you love me if you don't."
Tank ain't in this conversation. You ain't put him on your list, so I don't know why you got him in this conversation.
I love Tank.
He ain't on your list.
I'm talking about the people that were in contention for number 5.
I mean, I hear you, but you trying to make a? I got people that were on my list that I didn't put, but I ain't talking about them because they ain't on my list.
Hey,
you talking? You trying to convince us about Tank, and I'm just sitting here going Tank ain't on your list.
I was not trying to convince you. What I said is that Tank can do these things, but
Right.
Jamie, I believe, overall does these things better than Tank does.
Somebody said it. Somebody said it. Tank is more of a performer than a vocalist. Tank can do all the runs. He can do all the arranging.
What you mean he can do? He's more of a performer than a vocalist.
His
I don't
arrangement.
even know why we talking about Tank. He ain't on nobody's list. He ain't good enough to be on your list. Why we talking about this?
Well,
Because he was good enough to be.
He ain't good enough to be on your list. He ain't good enough to be on your top 5.
John Legend,
neither you top 5. Y'all were both. You were both fighting for him last time we were talking. Oh, Tank this, Tank that. You ain't even put him on your list. You ain't even put him on your top 5.
He's not on the list.
Then why we talking about him?
Jamie's better than he is.
Why we talking about him? Why are we talking about him?
You just brought somebody else just brought him up. Anyway,
I didn't bring up Tank.
Jamie
brought up Tank. You said he was in my top 3 of people on my was supposed to be number 5. I'm saying, like, what does it matter? He ain't make it.
I need to explain. Why are you still talking about that? For what reason?
Talking about it.
No, I'm not. I said John Legend. I literally been talking about John Legend for the last minute.
No,
all of us had Brian Mcknight on the list, right?
Yes, if we didn't, then I was going to literally.
No, we all had Brian and Luther.
Brian and Luther. Okay, we can agree on those. So
even John Legend, I love John Legend, but John Legend don't have the range to do a lot of things. He don't have the range to do like John Legend. Like John Legend sings one thing really well.
Yeah.
So does Luther.
He sings one. What?
Luther can do.
No, stop it.
Don't tell me that. So now you're trying to tell me you're trying to tell me that John,
Luther.
Wait,
Vandross.
No. You disrespecting John. You disrespecting
Don't you disrespect
John.
Big Luther.
No, you disrespecting John Legend like he
does not disrespecting John Legend.
If John Legend doesn't have range, neither does Brian McKnight. Exactly. Shut that up.
No, don't do that.
Bruh,
Morgan.
Bruh, don't.
Brian McKnight has so much versatility. This dude sings.
Brian McKnight. Listen to me.
Brian McKnight known for singing high?
Listen to me, Morgan.
Is he known for his high notes?
Morgan. Brian McKnight could literally sing John Legend under the table. He can do everything John Legend can do better.
Brian McKnight's ahead of John Legend on my list. You said John
Legend.
You the one
that said that if he ain't got range, Brian McKnight, he got better range than Brian McKnight. Did you just say that?
I did not say he. No.
What did you say then? What did you say then?
What I just said is that you cannot say that John Legend doesn't have range, but Brian McKnight does when they're both known for singing higher key.
Brian does everything though. Brian climbs the scales. Brian
can climb the scales. Okay, tell me what are 2 of Brian McKnight's most famous songs?
4 3 2 1 or whatever. 1 2 3 out. He's a falsetto though, but he can do bass. He can do everything though.
Back at One is
you just answered my question.
Song.
You said he's singing
Back
falsetto.
at One is not a falsetto song.
You said he's singing falsetto, right?
Anytime is not a falsetto song. You understand that, right? Anytime is his biggest hit, and it ain't a falsetto song, man.
Is it a mid-range tone or is it a higher tone?
It's actually not higher tone. It's mid-range song. Oh, do I ever cross some? He's singing very like low key. What is he talking about?
So John Legend, does he normally sing high or low?
I'm telling you that I'm not.
John Legend sing high or low?
Listen, stop for a second. Stop. When I say range, I don't mean the range of their voice. That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about versatility is what.
Thank you. I'm talking about versatility. Like John Legend ain't going to do a gospel. Like if you heard John Legend do a gospel, he might sound okay, but he don't sound as good. Stop. He don't sound as good as a gospel artist. Like none of us have gospel artists on the list because we all understand how good they sing. Correct? We'll be here all day.
But they are only gospel artists though. Like they don't
right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. If John Legend did a gospel song, it'd be okay, but it would sound like another John Legend song. But if Brian McKnight did a gospel song, it would sound as good or better than any gospel artist that's out right now. Brian McKnight could do a country western album and it would be fire.
Why are you making an argument for Brian McKnight?
Because you the one disrespecting Brian McKnight, trying to even put him in the John Legend ain't even John Legend's not close, in my opinion.
John Legend's not close to what?
He's not close. He's not close to top 5 vocalists.
Oh God,
vocalists. Like the vocal control. I'm talking about guys that have vocal control that can do everything.
God.
John, let me put it to you this way. Here, I'm gonna help you out.
You can't help me out here.
No. Listen, just
no
listen.
help to be had.
John Legend can't sing a Brian McKnight song well. Like he can't do like a Brian McKnight song, but Brian McKnight can do a John Legend song.
That's a good point. I can't. That's a good point right there.
That's how I looked at it. All 5 of my guys can do any one of your 5 guys' songs and do it well, if not better.
Yeah, Chris Brown can do that.
Nigga, please.
Chris Brown, listen, we only listen to this Christmas. My wife will only listen to Chris Brown's version of This Christmas. She don't even listen to the original version no more.
I'm gonna keep what I'm thinking in my head because I don't want to disrespect your wife.
Hey, I'm just telling you.
I'm just gonna keep it in my head.
Chris Brown is the most versatile.
Let's not bring wives.
No, he's not. The most versatile person on the list is Maxwell.
Chris Brown done everything.
No, Maxwell is not the most versatile person on the list.
What the F you mean he's not?
Brian McKnight is the most versatile person on all of our lists.
Maxwell can go from the basement to the top of the top and
what
destroy all
about?
That's his
range.
That's range.
He can run in between.
You think Brian McKnight can't do every run that
Brian
Maxwell
McKnight can do all of those things, but
so why are you? So how can you say that Maxwell is the most versatile?
Maxwell can do the same thing. Maxwell anything
can't.
Brian McKnight can sing.
No,
anything Brian McKnight can sing, Maxwell can
nope.
sing. Okay.
Nope. Maxwell can't do back. Maxwell can't do. Maxwell
Put
can't
Brian
do back
McKnight
that
number
one.
one on your list. Change it.
What'd you say?
Change it on your list.
No, Luther can, because Luther can do everything that Brian can do.
Luther Vandross can sing Brian McKnight songs.
Yes, absolutely.
Play one for me.
What?
Play one that sounds like Brian McKnight right now.
What do you mean play one?
Tell me one song that Luther Vandross has to sound
okay,
like.
give me time out. If that's what we're gonna do, give me one song that John Legend can do that Dave Hollister, or give me one song that John Legend can do that Dave Hollister can't.
Huh?
Listen.
Can you give me a song that John Legend can do that Dave Hollister can't?
Luther Vandross.
I can give you songs that Dave Hollister did that John Legend can't do.
Luther Vandross was doing all of these types of songs before anybody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know why he's telling me to switch him. So, like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about right now.
Chris Brown and Usher. Those are the only things that
Usher can't do half of Usher can't do half of Brian McKnight's catalog. He can't do any Tevin Campbell song. Not one.
Usher could do some Tevin Campbell. I think I seen him cover what you call it before. Let me look it up.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Can
it.
we talk?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Talk.
Stop.
Listen.
Stop.
The fact that Maxwell's not on either one of y'all's lists is already offensive. That's ridiculous. But he's not on your list, so
I like Maxwell.
You put Dave Hollister over Maxwell.
Maxwell, I did. Listen, here's the deal. Time out. I did a list. I did a list. I did top 10. Okay, like I did a top 10 list and then whittled it down until my top 5. Maxwell is in my top 10. I had D'Angelo in my list. I had a lot of guys. Huh?
But he should be in your top 5.
Maxwell has 4 songs. Maxwell has literally 4 songs that I'm going to sing every time I hear them. That's it.
Okay. But this isn't about it's not about who has the better songs. This is about who is the better singer.
But singers make you want to sing though. That's my
point.
Fine.
That's fine. And Dave got a few. Before I let you go, oh my God, he killed it.
No, he doesn't.
Murdered it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all crazy.
Dave Hollister's not singing any song and make me. Ruben Studdard's got some songs that when he sings,
I like Clay Aiken too, but I mean I don't sing his songs. I mean,
Michael Bublé.
The argument you guys are using about who has better songs. Like if we wanted to talk about better songs, that's what we should have done. We should have did who has the better song. What's the best singer based off songs? But that's not what we were talking about. No, we are talking about a better singer.
Maxwell can sing anything.
Thank you. Take care of home.
He can destroy all of it.
What was your listing in? What was your listing in, Morgan?
What
was your listing in? I'm sorry.
Jamie Foxx, John Legend, Brian McKnight, Maxwell, and Luther Vandross.
So time out. You put Maxwell above Brian McKnight?
Yes.
Mercy. Hey, we need to pray. We're gonna pray for you, man.
There's no point in doing that.
Maxwell can't sing every song Brian McKnight sing, but Brian McKnight can sing the hell out of any Maxwell song.
Hey man, if you don't think Maxwell can sing Brian McKnight's song, that's on you, cuz.
I didn't say he could.
I listen to Maxwell sing.
Bruh.
So I did research on all of this before I put the list together. And Stents, I was not tripping. And I already knew what Maxwell could do. But when I went back to listen to it, both live and on his albums, I was even more assured that dude is raw.
Better than good, you have him raw. You have him over Brian McKnight.
His pitch is perfect. His runs are perfect. That dude, his
runs ain't better than Brian's.
Brian McKnight's a whole god. I'm not saying he's not a god, but I'm saying,
but he's not. His runs ain't better though. Does Maxwell run? Are his runs better than Brian? Just answer my question.
I think Brian's runs are very well known for how extensive they are.
I just asked you a question.
It's like Wanya Morris.
Are his runs better than Brian McKnight's?
I don't know. Let me go back and listen to both.
Can he sing? Runs. Is his range higher than Brian? As in, can he hit higher notes than Brian McKnight?
Have you heard this woman?
I have. I'm asking you a question.
I believe he can. What
you have to give me? Song? You got to give me something. Give me somewhere. Give me a song where you think he can hit. He's hitting a higher pitch than Brian can reach.
Okay, so all right. So let me think of a song that I think Brian McKnight sings at a very high pitch, and that's what it's known for. Probably the high note in Back at One. It's probably the one that I think.
I know Brian's songs. I'm asking you to give me a song that Maxwell done.
That whole song is in that key until he gets to the end where he drops it down.
I said, do you think he could? Listen to me. What I said was, give me a song that Maxwell is singing a key that Brian can't hit.
I could, but I'm telling you, that's Matt. I don't think there's anything that Brian McKnight can do key wise that Maxwell can't do, and I think that goes the same for them both, vice versa.
Who do you think is more technically proficient with singing?
That's one of the things that when I went to listen to Maxwell, I was more impressed by, because I knew how raw he was, but his tone, his pitch, his timing, his all of that, his runs are. You know how some people run. Brian McKnight is a god. Okay, I'm not trying to say that he's not about as close to perfect as you can.
Why is that not a fair question?
I'm not trying to say
not
that,
you, I'm
he's
curious
not
to why
about as
that's
close to perfect as you can get. But if you go and listen to Maxwell live and go and listen to Brian, there are sometimes I've heard Brian live runs that he runs too much. So he'll go like you be like, all right, Brian, we know you could do it, bro. But he'll do two, like again, a good comparison is Wanya Morris. Wanya does that all the time, singing anything. Wanya's gonna be like, and we all know you could do it, Wanya. We get it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can go too hard. I have not heard Maxwell hit something and be like off or go over the run or whatever. Some people do their runs differently. I love both artists. But when I went to listen to Maxwell yesterday, live and on his albums, that dude is raw, and I don't hear him missing, going off.
That's not true.
Over notes either, or runs.
Time out. That's not true. It's not true that neither of them exudes technical proficiency on the studio album. That's not true. Like and we can agree on this. Me and Morgan can agree on this, that when you're listening to their albums, their pitch and everything is on point. I will agree that their pitch and everything is on point. I'm just saying from the ability to be able to jump from not venue, from genre to genre. I think, hold on, Danny, his computer died. Hold on. I think Maxwell sings great. Maxwell sings great, guys. I gotta say my same thing over and over again. We love all these singers. I like Usher. I love Usher. I love Bruno Mars. I love all these dudes. So we all just splitting hairs.
We are.
So I'm gonna say that. But what I'm saying,
I agree with that, Tyrell. I agree with that.
What has more prestige?
Brian McKnight is known. Brian McKnight is known for those things, especially his runs and his high notes.
But
Maxwell is also
there's
known. Maxwell is known for high notes. But I'm telling you, if you go listen to Maxwell, his range and control is insane. It
how
really
you can't
is.
say. Here's the thing: you can't say Maxwell is more versatile in his voice when I can give you 15 songs where Brian McKnight is literally doing all kinds of different things. And honestly, like I'm only like you got to give me 5 songs from Maxwell where Maxwell did this in this song, this in this song, this in this song, this in this song, and they're different. They're like they're substantially different.
What do you mean substantially different?
I mean substantially different in the way the song and showing versatility and how he sings.
This Woman's Work, Lake by the Ocean, something, Fortunate.
They're all the same. Yes,
no, they're not.
Banger, but they're not. When I say they're all the same,
they're not the same.
There's two. It's either high or mid range. High or mid range. I can give you about 5 songs of Brian McKnight where he's trying this, he's doing this, he's doing this, he's doing this.
So you telling me Brian's got songs where he's low?
Yes.
Where? Which one?
Hold on. I get Sweeter. Sweeter is a song he sings in a lower key.
By lower key,
neither of them are going to be doing. Neither of them are going to be.
I don't remember the Sweeter song, so I might have to.
Neither of them are going to be basses, but Brian can hit the bass notes. Like Brian does. I'm sure Maxwell does
hits
this
it as well as Maxwell does. That's my point. Hey, you can go listen and confirm like I did yesterday. I'm telling you, I listened to Brian. I listened to them yesterday specifically because I was trying to figure out where I was going to rank. I knew Luther was number 1. I said that in the chat yesterday. I was struggling with who I'm gonna put at 4 and 5, but I'm struggling with 2 and 3 and where I'm gonna rank them. I almost put Brian at number 2 because I knew the controversy would be at me putting Maxwell over Brian because Brian is, like Tyrell said, has the prestige. But from me listening to them yesterday, Maxwell's control, along with his range and his ability to do whatever he wants to do, whether it's live or on tape. And his control of it is masterful. Brian McKnight will do a run. I literally listened to it yesterday, him doing it live.
Not you. I'm not saying you aren't true. I'm not saying you aren't true. I'm saying Brian McKnight songs are not drastically different. Brian does gospel. Brian's doing country. Brian does rock and roll. Like Brian is doing like multiple genres. That doesn't
mean these other artists can't.
I didn't say that they can't, but I'm saying they're not doing it though.
It doesn't matter. How does that happen?
It does matter. Like if you're good at something, hold on, time out. If you're good at something, you do it. Like Usher. Usher is good at doing basically one type of music. Like you're doing R&B. Let me not say one, maybe 2. So he's either doing R&B infused with hip hop. I'm not like that's not disrespectful.
And pop.
I mean, but this is the argument about pop. Is he pop or is he just popular music? Like there's 2 different things.
He's both.
Britney Spears does pop music. Usher does popular music. Like his music is R&B. It's not pop. It's just popular music. Like Confessions album is a R&B album that became popular. So then it became pop music.
Hey man, listen. If you believe it, all I'm saying is going back to the thing between Maxwell and Brian. All I'm telling you
I think right now, like the argument between both of us is basically a matter of your personal taste. And I'm okay with that.
To a degree.
It is.
But no, that's what I'm saying. It's to a degree because again, I'm not telling you
that's
that
not true though. Maxwell doesn't take more risk. What he's singing. Listen, guys. Maxwell is singing neo soul. He's never really like ventured away from neo soul. Please give me an example of him venturing away from neo soul. I would just give me like 3.
You've heard Lake by the Ocean, right?
Yes, I have.
You define that as neo soul.
It's a neo soul. All right, it's an R&B / neo soul. Sorry.
Stop changing stuff, bro.
Neo soul is R&B.
You just said give me one and I did.
Neo soul is R&B. You understand that, right? Neo soul is just it's R&B. It's just
so everything's R&B.
It's a subgenre within R&B.
Okay,
What's her name? Jill Scott is singing R&B, but it's neo soul. It's a subgenre of neo soul. That's not drastically different. It's not a huge leap from Jill Scott to Beyonce. There's not a huge leap there. It's still R&B. Well, let me say Beyonce's earlier stuff, like her first 2 albums. She has ventured closer to pop music lately, but her first 2 albums are R&B.
Tyrell,
They're R&B.
Tyrell's hitting the nail on the head for what it was. I was saying,
What?
like we because
when I talk about going to different genres, I'm saying having the voice and the ability to do so, and it be what's the word I'm looking for? And it sound genuine. Like if Brian Mcknight goes and does a gospel song, it sounds genuine because he has the vocal ability to do that. And I can show you multiple. He's done work with Fred Hammond. He's done work with CC Winans, BB Winans. Like they sound like gospel music. They don't sound like Usher doing a gospel song or John Legend doing a gospel song. It sounds like a gospel song. He'll do a country song. Crazy Love is a country song, and it sounds like a country song.
No, it does not.
But Crazy Love is a country song. What's the name? Okay.
It sounds like an R&B song. You give me love.
It's a country
love,
song.
love,
Yes,
love,
that's what I'm saying.
love.
He's able to jump genres better because he's vocally able to do so. D'Angelo is like number 6 on my list, by the way. D'Angelo was like number 6. It was hard for me to keep him off. It was really hard. But I think Joe was better. Yes, it is. Crazy Love is a country song. It's country. It's a country song. Just like what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm lost.
Anyway,
I'm lost. I'm trying because we were talking about vocal talent.
I am talking about vocal talent.
I'm telling you what I know.
And it takes a vocal talent to be able to do that. And
Maxwell, again, like I said before, just because they have not done it doesn't mean they can't.
Americana. I didn't, but if you're not, here's the thing though, if you're not doing it, then how do I know that you can do it? That's like me saying, yo, I can hit a 3-point shot in the NBA, but I'm not in the NBA, so how the hell am I supposed to? Anybody can say that.
Say what? Listen,
I'm saying okay, let me put it to you this way. That's like me saying I can draw something just as good as Jim Lee. But if I don't have any artwork to show you that's just as good as Jim Lee, then how are you supposed to believe me?
What I know is that because right now, like I said, this back and forth is about me having Maxwell at number 2,
right?
Brian Mcknight at number 3,
right?
Because we both have Brian Mcknight,
right? Because the other 2 picks, I'm not even going to go there.
You don't think Jamie Foxx can sing? Is that what it is?
I didn't say that Jamie Foxx can't sing.
Oh, okay, but he doesn't belong on the top 5 in front of David Hunt.
not over Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell, who is very unappreciated.
You think Tevin Campbell can sing things that Jamie Foxx cannot sing?
Oh, absolutely,
and do it better.
Absolutely.
I disagree.
Absolutely. But, Tevin Campbell can sing so many people under the table. The only reason Tevin Campbell isn't considered, Tevin Campbell, because he's not right in people's faces. His career was shorter than most. But most will tell you, that man can sing. He can sing his butt off.
But okay, so why do you think that Tevin Campbell can sing and well enough to be in your top 5? As he's one of the 5 best vocal talents from the last 30 plus years.
Because multiple artists have gone out of their way of talking about how great Tevin Campbell can sing. Tevin Campbell is a great singer. I'm telling you this because people who are actually doing it, who are actually at the highest level, are saying it too. Not just me.
I'm not saying that Tevin Campbell can't sing. What I asked is if he's one of the 5 best vocal talents. I'm asking your opinion as to why he is not in front of people like that.
Well, there's a bunch of different reasons, but I mean, that have nothing to do with his actual talent, though. I mean, that's a whole show in and of itself.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say here. Like, but his vocal talent has nothing to do. I mean, like his career is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about his talent. You guys keep talking about careers.
No. I was asking the question out of speculation.
That's fine. I mean, you can Google it. You can Google it. I mean, you can Google it.
I've heard Tevin Campbell sing. What I was asking is, based on what you're saying, you're saying from your list that he's one of the 5 best vocal talents of the last 30 plus years. What I'm asking is, how did he not end up being very successful?
Give me a song that yes, Jamie Foxx can mimic singers. He can mimic singers.
He can do better than mimic them.
Mimic it, absolutely. But there's mimicking, and then there's singing better than that person on something. I don't think he can sing better than Tevin Campbell. I don't think he can sing better than Dave Hollister. I think Dave Hollister is very underrated. I think Dave Hollister is another guy who can smoke a lot of people in singing. But once again, his career isn't at the certain level. But that doesn't have anything to do with talent. That has nothing to do with talent. That has everything to do with the songs they produce and stuff like that.
I agree, but even on a talent level, I'm just.
I mean, what's his name?
Another thing that we didn't go into.
Keith Sweat is one of the highest. Keith Sweat is one of the most successful R&B artists in the game.
That's one of the things that I think is overlooked when we talk about vocal talent, because some of vocal talent is strictly just that person's voice and how special it is. So like the reason we have Luther Vandross.
I mean, if I want to be real, if I really want to be real, and we didn't have I would have Stokely on the list, and Stokely can smoke a bunch of these fools. For Stokely from Mint Condition.
So one of the things that I didn't stay with earlier because of the back and forth was, to me, some of the vocal talent is just that person's voice, just how awesome that person's voice in itself is. So we can talk about the fact that that person stays in their pocket or whatever. It doesn't matter who we're talking about across the board. If their pocket is so special that we all love it and fall in love with it like that, that's where, like, Luther can do everything, but Luther's pocket, who's touching Luther's? Like, if Luther is singing, or like if we were doing before this time period, Marvin Gaye.
I mean, we'd have Stevie Wonder. We'd have a few other
lay on the couch and sing "People Under the Table."
I mean,
and a lot of it's just because his voice, his vocal talent in itself is amazing. And
can I be real with you though?
Luther's voice literally sounds like velvet and silk coming together to make something. It's insane how smooth his voice is. It just comes out and effortless, just effortlessly smooth for no good freaking reason. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that goes into vocal talent too. There are some people that just have such unique voices that alone sets them apart. Like we haven't done. I don't think we've done.
He put Donny Hathaway. That's a good. Donny Hathaway is a great singer. Yes. I mean, we could do. I
love Layla Hathaway. Layla Hathaway has a voice that's very distinct, and when she sings, you know that's Layla Hathaway.
Right, we could do a lot. You know, I mean, we could have a bunch of people if we did all time. And I wouldn't put Erykah on my top 5, but okay. But yeah, I mean, I think for us, the Brian McKnight and Maxwell back and forth really is just, you know, I think it's personal preference.
I mean, 2 because 3, yeah, it definitely is.
And I'm okay with that. If that's the consensus that you and I can come up to, yes, all time would be impossible. But if there's no way you can do all time. Yeah, I'm okay with. All right, that's you, and you know, Brian would be number 2 for me. Now, like I said, I think Jamie is great, and honestly, Jamie will be in my top 10. If we were doing the top 10, Jamie will be in my top 10.
I think people sleep on Jamie because he's such a great actor
No,
and a
I'm not
great
sleeping on
performer. I'm
dude.
telling you,
I'm
Jamie
not
Foxx
sleeping
can
on
do
Jamie.
the people on this list. Jamie Foxx can do those things in the same tones. He now again, one of the things that sets Maxwell apart to me is that Maxwell's voice is his voice is like Luther. You know Maxwell's voice, whether he's singing this woman's work. I don't give a crap what he's singing.
But I
Maxwell
mean,
just a
you can
smooth
literally say
motherfucker,
the
bro.
same thing about Brian McKnight.
No question. His voice is distinct.
Right.
But I think people know Brian McKnight for both his high tones and his runs. Those are the things that he's known for more than anything else.
Well, what would you say that Maxwell is? Maxwell is the same thing. Maxwell is
I
known
agree.
for his high.
Maxwell is a bona fide beast, and that's why I said to me, y'all's lists are already crazy because he's not on it. I don't even understand how Maxwell does not make a top 5 list anybody's making from the 90s till now.
I mean,
that makes no sense.
I've explained why. I explained why. I think Tevin. I think I'm when I think of vocal guys. I think, like I said, guys that can sing your song and do it better than you. And that's the 5 guys on my list. I think they can do any of the guys that are on your list that are not on my list. I think they can do your song and they can do it better than you. Better than them.
I would adore hearing Brian McKnight. I would love to hear Brian McKnight do This Woman's Work. I think it would be great. But I
think he would kill it. I mean, I've heard Brian do Stevie Wonder songs. I've heard Brian do Luther songs. I've heard Brian do.
Yeah, he does covers.
He just murders them. Like he kills them. I just don't see. I can't. Maybe because I don't hear Maxwell do covers a lot. So like,
I don't think I've heard him do covers either.
I don't think I've ever heard him do a cover. But like in that, and like. I'm a little bit of old school because old school back in the day when you're putting out an R&B album, huh?
I said I'm about to go listen to Maxwell now in a minute.
What I'm saying is that like back in of course they all can do it. But there's a difference between like covering a song and like making a song your own. Like Whitney Houston covered "I'll Always Love You," but don't nobody really think about Dolly Parton version. They think about Whitney Houston version.
Yeah, I have no idea about
This Woman's Work is a cover?
Good information, Gerald.
That's
great information.
I might have to look into that.
Hey, all I know is I'm going to listen to Maxwell when we get off here because I'm telling you, Maxwell got some. When I tell you, you can play Maxwell, man. Anyway, you can play Maxwell in the house and light some candles, and your wife walked through the door, or whoever your significant other is, and something melting, 100%.
Now, you know what though? I've never heard of. I'm shocked. I didn't know that. Like I didn't know that it was a cover. I'll have to listen to it. I really will. I'll listen to it.
I'm like I said.
Yeah, "A House Is Not a Home" is a cover too. Don't nobody know who the original version is.
You're right.
I know. "A House Is Not a Home" is not a cover, but I honestly, I don't know who the original.
I don't. Oh my God! See, stop, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm about to have to go make a Maxwell playlist just from this joint because I'm telling you, this dude, that dude is special. Cause like I said, I debated between who was gonna be 2 or 3. I love Brian McKnight. I don't know singing all the Brian McKnight songs, but I'm telling you, when I listened yesterday, I said Maxwell, this Negro here, because I went to listen to live stuff too because I enjoy live music more than anything else because that's when an artist can really get in their bag and really give you parts of them and stuff like that and leave you with stuff to last. And that guy, Maxwell, is raw, bro. That's all I'm saying. Brian McKnight is raw too. I'm not. Again, we need to make sure we preface this with we're not saying anybody on the list or not on the list isn't a great singer. But we're doing
We have to make sure. I want to make sure because I like Maxwell. Actually, funny story about Maxwell. I didn't like Maxwell when he first came out. Real talk. I wasn't until I got older that I appreciated him. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. But it took me a minute to appreciate him. So like now, I love Maxwell. Stevie Wonder tribute. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna watch it.
Snap!
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch that joint.
Definitely about to watch that.
Yeah, as soon as I get off. Like, I mean, if nothing else, like, I'm happy that we have this because we can share, you know, because I like I said, I have great respect for Maxwell. Like, Maxwell, once again, I can show you my list right now so y'all don't think I'm crazy. And you can see that Maxwell. That's because I got love in my life now. You can see my list. Well, you can't see it, but I got on my top 5. I got D'Angelo. I got Johnny. Top 10. I got Johnny Gill. I got Miguel. Like, I mean, I got guys that I love.
Miguel can definitely sing.
I love Miguel.
I was sleep on Miguel. I was sleep on Miguel, bro. But that dude can sing, bro.
I was trying to put Miguel on there, man. I really will.
Bruno, look, really I came really close to putting Bruno at number 5 because Bruno. I
can't put Bruno. I need Bruno to me, and I love Bruno. People that know me know I love Bruno Mars. I can't put him over the guys that I got because I just think that those guys, once again, they're at a different level. But yeah, Johnny Gill was in my top 5 for a minute.
Well, Johnny Gill, yeah, he's another beast, and he's another.
He was in my top 5.
He's another run monster too. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Johnny Gill got more than 2 songs, sir. Johnny Gill got more than 2 songs. Don't disrespect Mr. Gill.
You have to narrow it down in some way. And like I said, for me, when I went back and I was listening to all these artists yesterday,
Miguel can sing, dude.
I went back and listened to Jamie, and I was like, this nigga be playing. I'm like, this nigga be playing and be destroying songs. Like, that's. I was watching this dude do stuff with Jimmy Fallon, coming up with stuff off the top of his head, and he's still
Jamie. No, Jamie. Yeah, I told you. I like Jamie Foxx.
He won't even like. He was not even like fully serious. But then you can go and watch him be fully serious. You can watch him do tributes. You can watch him sing for everybody else. You can go and watch Ray. You know what I'm saying? You know this dude could throw down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if he could do all of that, he can mimic all of these singers and sing it like they would. In their key, in their tone.
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that. I'm not sitting here saying that the man can't sing. We just talking top 5. But I gotta call it. It's 9:30.
Yeah, hey, for those who are in the group, I posted a poll earlier. So
you're crazy if you don't think D'Angelo is a great singer. Stop that. Stop that nonsense. Stop it. I'm just don't do it. Don't do it to yourself, man.
He doesn't belong.
D'Angelo dropped 2 albums.
Why? Based on what?
What?
Jamie can sing, but he doesn't belong. Come on, man, get the F out of here.
I told you. I tried to tell you, man. I'm gonna listen to the Stevie Wonder tribute. That's what I'm trying to get off.
I'm about to listen to that joint too.
All right, y'all.
I'm about to listen to that joint too, man. We appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all, if y'all got ideas for what y'all want us to do next week. Maybe we do the female artist. I know we're gonna fight over that. I know we'll fight over the top.
You know what? We need to. We should just do it. We should just do it.
Hey,
because that's crazy.
I look. I'm telling y'all right now. I swear.
I want to do it.
I'm not even gonna say it.
I want to do it.
I'm not even gonna say. I'm not even gonna say it because I don't need. I shouldn't need to say it. There better be somebody on y'all's list. And if it's not, we're gonna fight. That's all I know.
All right, man. I gotta leave.
Anyway, we love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming back through. We'll see y'all next week. Make sure you go to the group so you can vote. Beyonce not on the list. I'm not starting with y'all tonight. I'm not starting with y'all tonight. What I'm gonna start doing is bringing video evidence of when I'm getting ready to say something. Celine Dion is a beast. Mariah, Whitney, yeah, I mean, those are obvious. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, like, I don't know if we should do the female artists because some of them are so obvious that they have to be on there. But I guess Brian McKnight and Luther are obvious; they need to be on this one. I think those other 3 will be the debate because I mean, if I see somebody's list and Jennifer Hudson's not on, I'm gonna have an issue. Okay, but we'll get to that next week. Y'all let us know on the group page what y'all want us to do next week. Make sure you vote on the poll. So we know who got smacked in the mouth. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to remember, Imani. I'm gonna go back and look at our list and see. I'm assuming that's Imani. I'm gonna go back on the list and see if we did the female artist or not. Frank McComb, I don't know who that is. Well, I'm saying all I know is Jennifer Hudson better be on it. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, I got to go back and see if we already did it or not. But if y'all got any other ideas or if something comes to you throughout the week, make sure you put it in the group. Put it on the group page. We'll look at it and then we'll discuss it and then we'll come to a head on what we're going to end up doing. We love y'all, man. We appreciate you. Hey, make sure y'all telling people about the show so we can continue to build the fan base, man, and start getting some more viewership, you know what I'm saying, some merch at some point, you know what I'm saying, and help us spread the word so that, you know, we can continue to get the show out there, man. We appreciate y'all. We really do. Make sure you go vote for the poll and make sure y'all give us ideas and make sure y'all interact during the week. You know what I'm saying? We put different topics up. We have really good conversations in the group. So I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all next week.